Hey guys, Kurjun Ha. I decided to go over an exercise that I do that a lot of people don't know about, and it's something that anybody can do this in Overwatch. You just have to have played enough against the same person or the same hero, and you can do this even if you're away from the game. You can do this and it will help you mentally in the game. So this is one of those things that, if you're, riding the bus or, you're on a flight and you want to do this, this is something you can do that actually will help you at Overwatch. It's called shadowboxing. And just like a boxer would, they imagine their opponent. We're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be Overwatch related. Like you've watched something enough or you've seen something enough that you can make general assumptions based off of what is going on. So first, I'm going to talk you through the process, and then I'm going to do it for myself. And hopefully this helps some of you. So the first thing is you have to pick a map. It doesn't matter what map it is. You could be really specific. You can say I want to do third point, 4 minutes left, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or you can be really general and it's just like I want, Dorado. I know Dorado. Maybe my favorite map in the game is Volskaya if you're that weird guy who gets off on that type of thing. And then after you pick your map, you pick your opponent. And picking your opponent is the very, very important part here because your opponent does not have to be Shadowburn. It doesn't have to be Taimu. It doesn't have to be, any pro player. It can be yourself. So you imagine yourself and play against yourself in your head. Or you can pick a hero type and then use all of the stored knowledge you have of playing the game to basically have your brain play your opponent for you. And then you want to set the rules, which I got into with the map pick is just a second ago, is you want to set the rules like, am I playing to stall? Am I playing to eliminate this person? Am I trying to track the ultimate? Am I trying to do what am I trying to do here? And this is where you're going to work on this stuff. And then finally, after you get all of that stuff set up and done, the final thing you're going to do is you're going to play the game out in your head. So, um, this is something you can do, like I said, anywhere. And you're going to start off by, if you want to, go ahead and put your fingers on your A, W, S, D, however you have your hands set up, and then hold your mouse. You aren't going to move any of this stuff while doing this exercise, but it gives you the feel. I feel my mouse, I feel my keyboard. This is how I normally am. Sit in the same posture you normally would sit in. And then I'm going to go ahead and close my little paint thing here because, I just needed it for that little part. Let's see. All right, so you're going to close your eyes after you have your hands on your keyboard. And I'm going to pick, my opponent is going to be, I don't want to pick my opponent yet. So I'm going to calm down. I'm going to make sure nothing else, no big sounds, no nothing. And I'm thinking and I'm thinking. So the first thing I'm going to do after I shut my eyes is I'm going to pick my opponent. And my opponent's going to be Weasel or Josh. Anybody who follows me should probably know when I play with Weasel. And Weasel is going to be on Roadhog. I'm going to be on Mercy. I'm going to be trying to save my team. I've played against Josh enough that I should be able to come up with a good thought in my mind on how he's going to play out the map. We're going to be on third point King's Row, and I'm going to have res, and there's going to be 3 minutes left, and I have to stall and keep my team alive while doing all of this stuff. So while feeling my keyboard and my mouse, I jump into the game in my head. And I just spawned. I died. And I'm coming out and I see that my team is dead and I have res. So I'm going to go out the left spawn door because I'll have a longer shift, but I also have a chance to cancel my shift. So as I walk out the front left door, I come out and I see Josh is sitting on the back of cart that's just above the ramp. When I see that he's there, I immediately shift to the target closest to me, looking to get as many people on the res as I can. Josh is going to try and hook me, so I'm going to cancel my shift mid-air and hopefully either overshoot it or I'm going to get my res off before the shift timer ends. I'm going to hit res as he hooks me. The hook's going to get negated because I'm invulnerable. Immediately, I'm going to turn and I'm going to try and find the nearest ally target that I can latch onto to get me away from the shotgun of Roadhog, which is going to be my teammate who died in the back right box on third point. And I'm going to shift to him, and then I'm going to walk up the stairs, and Josh is still looking to hunt me because I'm the support. So as he steps up, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to look to damage boost one of my teammates as Josh is trying to fight me. Josh is going to realize he can't pressure into me, and he's going to back up. He's going to use his new E, and he's going to take the damage reduction. He's going to back up, and they're going to back up, and they're going to reset slowly on cart. And I'm going to LOS myself on right side mini, and I'm going to begin healing my team, and I'm going to begin damage boosting my team. And as I come around the corner, I notice that there's a tracer, so I have to shift across the map. I got pressured, so I have to shift to the pit side on third point King's Row, and I try and use the pillar to LOS myself. When I shift across, I realize that the opposing team has realized where I went, and they start pressuring me on that side. I have two options. I can shift back into the enemy, or I can walk back towards the spawn. I'm instead going to hug the back wall on left side, and I'm going to try and use the secondary door and the primary door on left side third phase King's Row to LOS while getting boost and heal as much as possible. And if they keep pressuring me into that corner, that puts them into a pitfall so that my team can take advantage of the well on left side. As all this is going on, I notice my team is starting to lose people on point, so I need to shift out and I need to use myself as a body on point. I need to make sure that if I do get picked here, that I die on the objective and I get as much healing as possible. So I shift out, I hit spacebar a bunch, start crouching, and I'm going to continuously try to shift target, shift target, shift target as much as possible. And then Josh is going to hit another hook. He's going to get me this time, so I'm going to die this time, but I died on the objective. But my team should be able to stabilize because they took a lot of damage and focused the Mercy. So instead of me dying in the corner, pulling everybody away, I chose to fight on cart and heal as much as possible. So I'm dead. I have 8 seconds. I'm watching the kill cams. I'm watching my team take advantage of the positioning I gave them. I'm going to go out of right spawn door when I spawn, and I'm going to try and shift to my soldier who's playing on the right side. I'm going to try and amp him and then set myself up to build res so that I potentially can build res in this final fight. When I come out the right side of the spawn door, I latch onto my 76. I lost 3 teammates during this, so I have a body on point and the 76 has to go there. So now we both have to go to point. So therefore I need to stay tethered to my 76 and play in his biotic field. I'm not going to be able to build res, but I will be able to stall point. And at this point I need to keep stalling until my team can get out. Building the res isn't as important as me staying alive on cart. I'm going to crouch to the bottom left side of the payload because Josh favors the non-pit side. So while on the ramp defending, I'm crouched on the lower front right side of the payload on the left defender's side. Crouched, and then I'm going to shift to people as they come out of the door. So I shift to my Lucio, who came out of my right side spawn door. And I'm going to boost my Lucio while Lucio gets on point. My 76 is dead, so I need another target to boost. My tank is coming out the left door, so I can move across the point and shift while contesting, get to my tank. While all this is going on, their team is still applying pressure. And then I start to lose people. And when I start to lose people, I notice my res timer is like at 88% to 94%. And I need to start playing protective, so I play in cubby after zoning to my tank. When I'm playing in the cubby, I notice that I'm going to hit res, And then as I peek out to go start my res, I get hooked by Josh. When I get hooked by the Roadhog, the team focuses me. I don't get the res off, and they cap. So what I just did in my head was effectively I played an imaginary match out in my head based off of my decisions. What could I have done differently? What reasonable assumptions can I make based off of all of my past experiences? So one of the huge things you could do here is I used an entire giant scenario. I do this activity with teams that I coach versus other teams. The number one team I've done this against probably is LG Evil. LG Evil when I was currently at Renegades. I would do this exercise. But you can do this for 1v1s. You could do this for maybe there's a guy you've played on Q Ladder 400 times and you know he's going to be there. He's going to do that. He's going to focus me. He's going to do that. He's going to do that thing. And you in your head can think about, okay, well if he's going to do that, what should I do? Well, if I do this, what does he do? Okay, if he does that, then I do this, then he does that. And it's basically playing the guessing game. You're shadowboxing. You're playing it out in your head. You don't have to be in the game. You don't have to do anything. You're literally acting like you're going through the motions without actually playing the game. And this is a huge, huge thing you can do. As previously said, you 100% can sit there on the bus, you can sit there on the plane, you could sit there if you're, riding in a car with somebody, and you could do this. Like, I'll do it again real quick. I'll do another small one. I'll do it. This time, I'm going to be me versus me. So myself versus myself. And we're both going to be playing Reinhardt, and it's going to be second phase King's Row. I'm going to be the offensive Reinhardt, and my mirror image is going to be the defensive Reinhardt. As I push in through the choke, he's going to be set up at bookstore. He's going to throw a fire strike. I'm going to have to step left because he always throws his fire strike to the left side of the choke so that he potentially hits people walking into it. So that means I want to be on the left-hand side. So I step left, drop my shield so that I don't take incidental damage, and then I continue to move forward. The Rhine of my mirror image is going to back up, and he's going to play through the glass in second phase King's Row. As I move up in pressure, when I get to the opening of the door, I'm going to start holding my shield up and using it to peek around the corner, so putting my shield at a 45-degree angle to the left. I'm going to start peering around the corner to see if I can see anything. My mirror image is going to 90-degree himself with the turn so that his shield is no longer facing towards the arch and first point. It's now facing towards back alley, parallel with brewery and bar. He's going to step up and he's going to swing at me as I press, and I'm going to swing at him. And then I'm going to jump back to my right because I need to 90-degree him. So I need to turn my shield inward towards that point. When I do this, he's going to posture aggressively and try and bully me into that corner and make me want to give up that posture. And I'm going to flinch and go to my left while keeping myself 90 degrees. And then I'm going to push into him after he flinches to swing. And then I'm going to throw a fire strike, LOS the corner, reset my shield for half a second, and then I should be able to bully him forward. So when I go to bully the other Reinhardt forward, I swing twice, once to the left, once to the right, and I push forward. He's going to swing back at me while backing up, throws his fire strike. I now need to LOS on the right side, hugging bar wall, and I should have won that entire corner. So that's what I'm doing in my head, and this is what shadowboxing can do for you. And you can do all of this out of game, and the whole reason this got started, by the way, was I have a ton of people telling me, well, I can't get good games, I can't get good games, I can't get good games. The best games you can play are against good opponents, true. But you have scrimmed against, you have played against, there are enough good people in your head. You can play against the perfect person in your head that does not exist in Overwatch. I could literally sit here and talk myself through playing against the perfect person and how do I min-max everything. and I can come up with a better solution than mindlessly going through the motions in a game with somebody who I feel is inferior. The biggest reason that I did this video outside of that is there are tons of people who want to improve and they can't do what a pro player does. Pro player plays scrims for 6 hours a day against some of the best people in the world. 4 to 6, maybe sometimes even 8 hours. That's their experience. Maybe you can only play 2. Maybe you can only play 3. How do you make up the differential? How do you make up the difference? You could shadowbox like this nonstop. You can do it whenever you want. And it's a great tool. I just figured I'd share that with you guys. And hopefully this helps some of y'all out. I'm going to be putting up 1 or 2 more training videos like this on my YouTube, with Overwatch sort of being stagnant right now. I feel like this is good information that will help some people in a really, really awkward time. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will do more World Cup analysis, put more of these tutorial videos out. I hope y'all have a good one. Thanks.